Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Thanksgiving matchup. It's the Niners and the Seahawks on Thursday night.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this was a team after the Russell Wilson trade that looked like they might be bottoming out. But for years, the Seahawks have had great success in the NFL draft, as you well know. And they've used the last few drafts to really restock this roster.
And they certainly have restocked this roster and have gotten back to playing football the way that they want to do it. Seahawks football, which means running the ball with authority on offense. They've added runners, offensive linemen, and now they're just being forceful in the way they're going about their business, the way that they did it when they ran the Super Bowls.
Then for the visiting 49ers, they're exciting on the offensive side of the ball, but it's the defense that really provides a lot of stability. They were second by a whisker to the Bills in total defense a year ago.
And they have all pro-caliber players at all three levels, all capable of taking over a game.
First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied until he got everything he could out of that run.
On first down, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's taken down inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Purdy now to throw. Hauled in left side here by Jennings. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action. Now Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. But hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Purdy sets up to throw again. And his pass incomplete.
No receivers open, so he's forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
3rd and 19. Now Purdy. And that is incomplete. Well, the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. And it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
When the Seahawks named Smith the starter last season, it gave him an opportunity he wasn't sure he would get again. And then he became one of the best quarterbacks in football and sustained it across a full 17 games, winning comeback player of the year. Saved his career last season and keeps the Seahawks as true contenders.
And he'll work this one out to about the 38. And oh boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Geno. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They run again with Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, 62 yards. And the Seahawks have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Purdy now on second down. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards that time for number 19. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Purdy. His pass caught at the 4. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown 49ers.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partner's a former defensive back. I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Back deep, Ray McLeod. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find Ayuk open right side. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. And Debo going to have a Niners 1st down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
1st down, 49ers.
Here's Samuel. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And now off to the races down the right side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 66 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. Back to the ground on 1st. First, it's McCaffrey. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the 49er first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Back to throw, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
At the 7-yard line.
Purdy. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And out now come the Seahawks. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Purdy looking to throw. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this one is right down Broadway. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 2nd down, here's Purdy to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Ball start, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. McCaffrey following the penalty. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A 2nd down throw for Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. So a happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Straight ahead, Walker. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Smith. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. Dances by him. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 91 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Play action. Now Purdy. Got a man. That's Ayuk. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, 49ers.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Purdy now to throw. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Charlie Warner, a 5-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to widen their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Walker now on 1st and 10. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
Now Purdy. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
First and goal, San Francisco.
We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
19 Tiger.
Here's Purdy. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the 49ers take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
It's 4th down.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
That's good.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
8 yards on the pickup.
On second down, here's Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, on turbo.
Now Geno. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It'll wind up being a gain of 5 there on 4th and 2. Throwing now is Geno. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Smith throwing again. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Here's a toss coming right. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here. But let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's because